was non-intentional use. He didn't do anything on purpose. This metabolite stays forever.
What a picogram is.
Forever.
It's taking a grain of salt
Forever.
and chopping it into 48 million.
Forever.
Hello and good evening, Picogram fam. We are back with another action-packed edition of the Picogram podcast, coming off of Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree in Baku, Azerbaijan. First time they've been there, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to start and just break right into this thing, talk everything about this card. It was a decent card, but we'll get into it. Starting off with, can't remember dude's first name, but Adil Wahib and Muhammad Usman. So this is the first time I seen Abdel Wahib. What is Abdel Wahib's first name? I know
Hamidi?
This is going to be...
It's Hamdy. Hamidi.
M-D-Y. Okay,
Hamdy.
We'll call him the Hammer. So the Hammer versus Muhammad Usman, opening up the card. I will say a great fight. These dudes left it all out there. Muhammad Usman broke his losing streak. The Usman brothers back in the winning column. Usman looked as good as he's probably ever looked. He kind of struggled at the beginning. I remember he was on Ultimate Fighter, won his season of the Ultimate Fighter, and he's kind of struggled since. He's worked on his hands, looked really good. In the first round, I want to just say this too. These two dudes are fucking enormous. The Hammer, he fights at 280 pounds. Did you catch him saying that?
No.
Dude walks in the cage at 285 or 280 pounds. He cuts to 260. So that right off the bat kind of lets you know how big these fucking dudes are. Usman walks around, fights around 240, so he didn't really have to cut weight, but he looks jacked. They look like two power lifters fighting over a fucking, Bowflex or some shit. But they, for big dudes, man, really put on a show and really just fucking did work. Mostly in the first round. Once they got to like the second, third, they started to fucking gas, and they started to look like 300-pound dudes out there. But again, Muhammad Usman is coming a long way. He's still very reactive. I don't know if you caught this, but like anytime Abdel Wahib would even like move towards him, Muhammad very reactive, would kind of almost flinch in a way, but he's getting better. He got really comfortable towards the second and third round, so he looked really good. Like I said, Usman brothers back in the win column. You got anything to throw on top of that one? I kind of ramrodded it.
Well, what I have is the Hammer started off the fight with some great leg kicks.
Good point. I have that too. I do remember that.
He put in a lot of work for the first round. Definitely won the first round, in my opinion.
Definitely. Probably tired himself out. Yeah. To add to your point, the first leg kick he threw about fucking dropped Usman. I mean, he really kicked the leg out from under him on the first one. And again, 280 pounds, 400, 300, 280 pounds. He was a thick son of a bitch, to put it lightly. And a leg kick from him is fucking insane because, I mean, he just was one of the thickest human beings I have ever seen.
Yeah, they were some big boys.
Big dudes. I don't know if he got tired, but he totally abandoned that leg kick in the second and third round. I don't know what happened there, but...
I say, for the second round I have, Usman he threw some really nice hooks. He got some really nice hooks in there. And then... He had some nice combos following. He got them pretty good. I think the second round though could have went to anybody because there was a lot of work for both of the guys. And in the third round, Usman just stuns them.
Yeah, really came back. Like I said, Usman's been working on his hands, you can tell. And I think it was this fight. It was because Rashad Evans, I believe, is in Usman's corner.
He was.
And they kept yelling out the code word, Jon Jones, Jon Jones.
Which meant duck. Well, that's what...
duck.
That's what Bisping said.
I love it. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it meant poke him in the eye. But,
no, it meant duck. But it's like I
That's
said, that's
awesome.
what Bisping said. God, I hate
I
that.
like it. I hope it did.
Felder. Felder was in. Felder and Miss Bisping were the commentators. Felder says to keep screaming Jon Jones. I wonder what that means, and Bisping says duck. So
I hope it is, and if it's not, that's great. Good on Bisping. Hilarious. I don't know what it meant. I thought it meant maybe fucking oblique kick his knee backwards or poke him in the eye or hit him with a car drunk. I don't know what it meant, but duck is. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind, but hilarious.
I'm trying to hear Bisping say it.
I missed it. But great fight to open the card. Two big dudes you didn't really expect much from, to be honest, because like I said, Muhammad's been kind of on a skid. We've never heard of Abdel Wahib. He's only got 5 fights, so this was his 6th pro fight at all, and came out, looked good. But we'll move on to the next one. Tagir Ulanbekov and Azat Maxim. Do you remember this fight?
Yeah, I got some notes on it. What kind of threw me off about this fight was Ulan was ranked 12. For his second fight on the prelims to be a ranked fight, just threw me off.
He's boring, would be the main thing.
Yeah. I got some stuff about
I remember
this
one thing I really remember. Just full disclosure, I was trying to. This fight for us was about 2:00 in the afternoon was the main card. 3:00 in the afternoon was the main card. So, kind of had shit to do. So I was kind of watching and listening. I had headphones in, listening the whole time, but was watching briefly on the prelims. Watched all the main card, but on this one, I do remember Ulanbekov grabbing the fucking fence. Very deliberately, very noticeably, stopped a very good takedown from Maxim, which would have very much changed the outcome of the fight, I think. But I'm sure that's in your notes.
I do. I have it in my notes.
What else you got on this fight?
I go round by round like I do. First round, Ulan tries to wrestle a lot, but Maxim stops him. Great takedown defense. Really good takedown defense. I can look at the stats real quick, but I don't think there was actually too many successful takedowns. 8 takedown attempts from Ulan, 0 successful. 7 takedowns from Maxim, 3 successful. So
probably would have had more if he didn't grab the fence. Like I said, that was one of the most blatant fence grabs I have ever seen.
I would say in the start of the second round, they actually stood up for a little bit, but later in the fight, Maxim takes down Ulan. For him, this is when it happened. He grabbed the fence, and it stopped him from taking him just to be slammed.
Man,
to stop him from slamming him because he grabbed the fence. He went to pick him up, pulled him back, and as he was pulling him back, he grabbed the fence, and then he kind of. From the power of the slam, he kind of buckles, because he's he's expecting to slam this guy, fully stops, and then just drops him.
Yeah, man, that could fuck his back up too.
Bisping and Felder were not happy about it. They were.
I don't think anybody was. I mean, like I said, that would have been a perfect takedown.
There's 3 fights in this card where that happens, where someone gets the advantage for a wrestle and they stop it by grabbing the fence.
They'd had that one ref, can't remember his name now, but he's becoming a hero in the MMA world. The one that took a point from Juliana Pena. And then there's another guy, Lucas. I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, that's who I was going to bring up. The Lucas guy. He was really good. I didn't expect his name to be Lucas. I just knew him as the bald dude with a beard. And then I was like, oh, that's that guy. And then they said his name. I was like, oh, shit. That's easy to remember.
Yeah. Good ref. These new refs coming up, not afraid to take action.
Yeah, he's got a fight later that has some controversy.
I know exactly what fight you're talking about. We will get talking about. Yeah, pretty much what to be expected. Ulanbekov won by decision. Probably would have changed if.
Because I have here third round some more great stand up. Maxim with taking Ulan down. Then I have unanimous decision Ulan, and I even right here kind of feels like a robbery.
Yeah.
Because he stopped all the takedowns, put in way more work.
Let's see what the global scorecard on verdict was.
I got my
28
decisions right
28-84 by Ulanbekov, and then 28-22 for Maxim. So verdict gave it to Ulanbekov. He probably really secured those first and third rounds.
I don't.
But that
second, like,
it was bad. Yeah, like you said, there was a lot of takedown attempts and not a lot of takedowns.
Yeah, and if you look at the statistics, Markson threw more total strikes, more significant strikes, landed more takedowns, stopped all his takedowns. The only thing Ulan has over him is he attempted one submission, which I don't even remember. So statistically, Markson done way more in the fight, done better in the fight, but somehow people are scoring it for Ulan. I mean, yeah.
Maybe
there's only two, because on the website I use, there's only two media scores that score at Markson. 28-29. Maxim, sorry. It's crazy, though. It's crazy that only one ref gave him round 3.
It might be
when every ref should have give him round 2 for the blatant fucking cheat.
Maybe it's where Ulan's ranked. They just didn't give a fuck. I'm just like, fuck it, give it to the ranked fighter.
But I was gonna bring this up later, but I can bring it up now because it kind of makes sense too. The place, Beku, has had a rich history of fixing fights. Like almost every fucking boxing organization that's been there has been under watch for fixing fights there, or that's went there and done fights there. There's like one famous fight, I don't remember who it was, but it was a $12 million bribe for to let their fighter win.
Damn.
And I'm one of those people that's not like the UFC. It's hard to fix fight in the UFC.
I don't think they would fix this fight too, because who
but they
gives a
could.
fuck?
I think they can definitely pay judges
knows?
if it goes to the decision, and you got these fucking. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say not.
I don't know. I don't recognize any of these judges' names.
Don't think they would give a fuck about Tagir Ulanbekov, because he ain't exactly a standout. But you never know. So they just could not have gave a fuck. I don't know. Who knows with that commission? I don't know. I don't trust that fucking commission. I don't even. Who knows? We'll move on. Big skid mark on that fight for Ulanbekov is the fence grab. So. Great job, dude. Don't do that shit again. Moving on to this woman's fight. I can't
this one will be quick.
Yeah. All I really got to say is terrible nickname with Russian Ronda. I'm going to have to assume that's Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Well, she didn't do shit, so it makes sense.
And she does not grapple at all. I mean, she was a solid striker the entire time, so it doesn't even make sense if it was good. And then Claudia Seguilla, I don't know. Won by decision.
Yep, Seguilla. Yep. And then all I have for my notes is second round female nut shot.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And they stopped the fight for her
fight for 3 minutes for her to fucking recover from the female nut shot. And this was the second one that happened in a row. It happened at the end of the first round, and then happened in the second. And then the first time they didn't really stop the fight. Second round they did. And then the dude said, if it happens again, we'll take a point away.
A low blow in a women's fight?
That's what I said. That's what I said. It's in my notes.
What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. But whatever. It was Russian Ronda. Yeah. When you got Russian Ronda on the scene, shit's going to happen. Clam's going to get kicked. But we'll move on to the next fight, which is pretty much not,
well,
any more entertaining.
This fight has a little bit more on it. This is a rematch.
Okay, and I do kind of remember this fight. I don't want to talk shit on this fight yet, but Zelenskyakova, hang on.
You got it.
Zelezniakova, I remember this. Zelezniakova and Mullins. I remember I really only remember the first round of this fight, and Mullins gets rocked and almost finished, but as Zelezniakova goes in to finish her, Mullins just goes full fucking crazy and like grabs her, starts kneeing her, and just like dying on the sword, and actually brings the fight back and almost finishes her. But it is what it is. Not shit really happens. I mean, they took fucking a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of them jabs to the face of Lesniakovia, I believe. I remember just seeing her fucking head snap back and then her nose start bleeding. And then, yeah. How did this fight? It was a decision. I can't remember how it ended.
Yeah.
Decision.
Long name decision.
Yeah, Lesniakovia won by decision. Mullins put up hell of a fight. Was a rematch, like you said. Who won the first fight? I don't even know.
Mullins won the rematch, or the first match, round 1, ground and pound.
Damn. So yeah, came back and got her victory. 1-1. Maybe we'll see that in the future.
This one also in the third round had another blatant fence grab that stops it a pretty significant takedown.
I remember that too. Yep. Really changed the momentum of that takedown. And despite what a couple fighters may think, fence grabbing is not a valuable takedown defense. So you're going to have to get that out of your repertoire. And I don't know. There's another one we're going to talk about coming up that was way more blatant, and it's almost like he couldn't fucking help himself. It's almost like he could not stop doing it. But we'll get to that here in a second. Move on to this next fight. Nardiev and Jung Park, the Iron motherfucking Turtle. I like the Iron Turtle a lot. Tough son of a bitch. I don't know what round this happened in.
2.
But 2. Okay, you know exactly where I'm going with this. So there was a point where Nardiev has Jung Sung Park backed up against the cage. Jung Sung is down 3 points on the ground, so you know what I'm about to say. You know what's about to fucking happen. He knees this motherfucker in the face. Illegal knee, and he, kind of like Anderson Silva and Michael Bisping, he just takes off running, puts his hands in the air, jumps on top of the cage, is like, fuck yeah, I got him. And fight wasn't over. They had to go grab him and be like, hey, dude, you fucking need this guy. And, you know, he tried to protest it, but clearly he had 3 points contact and he needed him. And what you got to admire about Jun Yun Park, I'm just going to call him Turtle. What you got to admire about Turtle here is dude had a busted fucking like eye socket from where he got kneed. It's like he was bleeding. His eye was swollen and he was like bleeding at the top, so it's like pouring down his eye. So it's it's about as bad as it gets with a cut. He could have said he couldn't continue and took a win right there. But that's just not how Turtle gets down. And he came back to fight and he finished the fight. Now, I think he did win the first and third round, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But what the big point we got to make here is Nardiev, when he kneed him, ref stopped the fight, took him, pulled the Juliana Pena, and took 2 motherfucking points, which crazy. So I don't know if you like. My first thought is when he takes 2 points away in that second round, with it being a 3-round fight, the best outcome he can have if he doesn't finish him is a draw. So if Jung Young wins 2 rounds, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like it's the best he can hope for is a fucking draw. So he's gonna have to finish him. So it just never came. Jung Sun won by decision, but partly due because... Well, let's look at the scorecards before we get too crazy about this and see what happens. Let's look at the judges. No,
I got them here for you.
Okay, let's see what Verdict has. Verdict has 29-27 Turtle, and it's technically 25 or 29-25 with the 2 points deducted. So...
Yeah, the actual scorecard is 29-25, 29-26, 29-26.
Yeah, so pretty much identical to Verdict. And, yeah, what I remember, Turtle won first and third, so it really didn't even fucking matter. Yeah, so I actually didn't disagree with the taking 2 points, stopping the fight, because, I mean, is what it is, dude. If his hand wouldn't have been touching the ground, he would have kneed him. It would have been completely different, and we would have just, gave Nardiev the win and would have went on about our day. With that hand being down, it keeps the fight in play. It doesn't technically make sense, but it's the fucking rules. And when you break the rules and he's at a disadvantage now, you're gonna have to level the playing field, and the 2 points is a good way of doing that. Maybe just 1 point would have did but he really wanted to send a message. So the 2 points, is what it is. But like I said, if he would have just waited, 2 seconds and let him try to get up, because he was on his way up, I'm pretty sure, but he just didn't put his hand up off the ground yet. So if he would have just waited, it would have been a fucking clean KO, and we'd be celebrating Nardiev now. But instead, he didn't let him take his hand off the ground, and he took a fucking L that night. So that's just how it goes. Got anything you want to add? Anything else crazy?
I got a little bit to add that you missed because you're just talking about over that. First round, bad eye poke.
Yeah.
Then a nut kick.
So he pretty much committed every foul you can in one fight.
Second round, not even 2 seconds into the fight, bad eye poke. So he gets poked in both eyes.
UFC. Let's see here. I'm just gonna do a quick check here. Because he's got over 30 fights, and he is just committing blatant fouls like this. It's fucking insane.
It's 2 fights in UFC.
So 2 fights in UFC, and he fought Bruno Silva, which got cut like a month ago. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, Bruno Silva don't even fight for UFC anymore. He's on such a bad run. Comes from Brave FC. Oh, he actually fought in the UFC in 2020. He fought and lost to Sean Brady in 2020.
Yeah.
On UFC ESPN 27.
I was gonna say, you forgot 2 major fucking...
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's 2 major things you forgot, is the 2 really bad eye pokes and a nut kick. For him to then illegally knee, pretend he won the fight. For Turtle to just fucking wrestle fuck him for the next 2 rounds, or for the rest of round 3, or rest of round 2 and all of round 3. Just gets him down immediately and just holds him. At the end of the round, he's tired, and Park has his back, and he's just sitting there like lightly punching him in the fucking face. Is it
yeah.
Who's the
Turtle's good. Turtle can
that
grapple.
does that?
Ex
heavyweight.
Does what?
Who just lays on top of people and punches them lightly to win?
Oh, Roy Nelson did that.
Roy Nelson. There we go. So he Roy Nelson him. Got him in the got his back. Roy Nelson him, and then as he's punched him in the face, he has his other hand up in the air, like celebrating and smiling. That was all round 3. Park was just playing with him.
Yeah, just getting the numbers up.
Well, he was actively trying to, like, the punches that he was doing, he wasn't truly Roy Nelson. The punches he was doing was trying to get him to move his head so he'd get a rear naked choke, which apparently
he was trying to choke him. Yeah,
Park has gotten a couple times already.
He can grapple his ass off.
So,
but yeah, is what it is. Had a little bit of shit happen in that fight. Whatevs. Was long and weird. He almost took the full 5-minute break. It was definitely over 3 minutes. Is about where I stopped watching and like did something else while he was taking his fucking.
I think halfway through the break too, they stopped the timer because the doctor came in.
Yeah,
and then they having communication issues. Because I think there's like everyone that they were talking to all spoke a different language. So
he is Korean in Azerbaijan, so I don't know how.
Yeah, and so whatever they speak there, and then the ref is speaks English. So
3-way translator we're gonna need.
Which was a lot of that. After every fight, they had they would have the person's translator, and then they would have the Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. I don't know what fucking language they speak there. We sound like probably total fucking idiots, but wouldn't know. Don't really care, to be honest.
Not to offend our fans there, but...
Not to offend the Azerbaijan fans. If you're out there, we love you. And you obviously speak English, so Yeah. We'll move on to the next fight. Korean Tyson and the Welsh Gangster.
I don't have a
Sokyeon
lot
Ko.
on this one.
Yeah. Oban Elliott. What was it? Decision.
Co-decision. I have
Yeah.
some back and forth. Co was always pushing. Second round, Co still putting in the work.
I remember, Ko just beating the shit out of him, pretty much on him the whole time, whether it be grappling or.
It's just a third round is Co putting it all on the work, except on the ground the whole time.
I do remember Ko was a big underdog because Elliott just fought like last month or two ago. Here, let's look and see. But he just fought recently, and he was making a quick turnaround. Oh my God, I am way the fuck off. He fought on the Jones Miocic card. Why did I think he was making a quick turnaround?
It's at 309.
Yeah.
So that was fucking
November
November 16th, 2024.
Whoops. Okay, so scratch that. I feel like I remembered them saying that, but
Maybe it's
whatever.
Co.
Let's see if Ko's on a quick turn.
Nope. I think that was his first fight in
No.
UFC.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, Oban Elliott was a big favorite. I picked him. I picked wrong. Go Korean Tyson, you crazy
Korean
son of a
Tyson.
bitch. Grappled a lot for a guy named Korean Tyson, but you know what? We won't hold it against him. Did what he had to do to win his debut. So, yeah, good job, dude. Move on to the motherfucking main card. Let's get to it here. Once I get to it here. Booyah. I don't remember much of the first fight. Naimov and Bogan Grad. Do you remember much of this one?
How do you say the dude's name? Naimov?
Naimov.
Naimov starts off with a great kick, and then Grad tries to take him down. Second round, Grad was doing more, but not a lot more. Naev is working him on the feet. Same exact thing for third. Naev wins by decision.
Yeah, that's pretty much nothing crazy happened in that fight. Good notes. We'll move on from that one. Sorry we didn't spend more time on you, Naimov and Grad, but just not really memorable fight because this next fight is going to take all the fucking smoke that fight had and this fight, combine it together and fucking triple it because it ain't going to be close to Nazim Sadikov and Nicholas Mata.
I have a note here as one of the best fights in a long time.
Dude, fight of the year probably right now. I mean, in my opinion, these dudes fucking went to war. And, I think Sadikov is from Azerbaijan. He trains in, like, Chicago or some shit. What was funny is when he spoiler alert, Nazim wins decision, but, I mean, that doesn't really tell the story. Oh, yeah, God. Jeez.
Fucking second round knockout, bro.
Yeah, knocked him out against the cage. Yeah, I don't... Take that back. Take that back. Got it mixed up. But anyway.
He's never been a decision his whole career.
No. He is from Azerbaijan, trains in, like, Chicago or some shit, because he's got, like, a heavy, like, northeastern fucking
he trains with
American accent.
Ray Longo.
I think he trains with Bilal in Chicago. I think he trains with Bilal Muhammad.
Hey, Ray Longo was in his corner, I'm pretty sure.
Sure. Okay. Ray Longo went to Azerbaijan.
Sierra Long.
Sarah Longo.
In his fucking profile picture, he's standing in front of the banner for them. Sierra Long.
Okay. Sarah Longo.
Yeah. Well,
you call it Sierra Long.
Well,
you know both of them motherfuckers.
His ass is taking up half of it, so I just see Sierra Long fight.
It's Sarah Longo.
Yeah, I see it here. Yeah. Longo's
you know
MMA.
both of them love both of them motherfuckers. So
his primary gym is Ray Longo's MMA.
Okay. Well, good. So I might be thinking of Kuniev or somebody coming up. There was somebody that was oh, you know what? It's the next fight. Okay. I kind of got these two dudes mixed up, but that's all right. because we'll get to that. But Nazim Sadikov, sorry, dude. You are a Serra-Longo guy. You are a forever homie for being a Serra-Longo guy. We love the Serra-Longo crew. Impressive-ass win. Like Luke said, knockout against Cage. I don't know how I forgot that. Crumpled him.
Best fight fucking of the card. Might be one of the best fights of the year, and you said it went to decision.
I don't know what the fuck I was
Dude,
thinking.
what
I was
the
thinking of this
fuck?
next. What's fucked up is I'm looking at this card as a whole, and I'm looking at the next fight too, trying to think of shit.
The
But
next fight is a submission win.
are you sure? Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you're right. Way off, dude.
I can tell. I know. I give you a break. You were busy. Card came on
I
at a
was busy.
fucked up time.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the day, and I got shit to do on the weekend, as everyone does. But anyway, Sadikov knockout. Mata, he got rocked a couple times. I mean, it was just a back
Yeah.
and forth. It could have went either way at any time.
Great, beautiful combos from both.
Both dudes, it looked like, it honestly looked like a Muay Thai fight. Both dudes, very good clinch, very good knees in the clinch. I seen just elbows out the ass from clinch, elbows, just standing elbows. Like I said, just very Muay Thai looking fight to the eventual backed up to the cage and puts him out. But yeah, could have went either way, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, both of them pushed against the cage at a point. Both of them bleeding. Both of them taking fucking hits.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Yeah, dude,
fucking fight.
Hard damage. It looked
What-
like you could tell when they got hit. It was fucking power.
It's what you want to watch the UFC for. Was that fight right there?
Yeah, that'd be a good fight to like show somebody. Can't say enough good things about that fight. Can't believe I said it ended in decision by mistake. What the fuck,
Dude. Dude.
Anyway, next fight. We'll move on. Tofik Masayev and Orablai.
Pretty good fight too.
Was a pretty good fight.
Not a lot of meat
Another
to it.
Not a
but
lot, no, and there was another fence grab or some shit happened too, right? What kind of
No,
foul
I
was
don't think
committed
so.
in this fight? Nothing.
I don't think there was one because all I have is very little standing. What's the Mongolian guy's name?
Orablai.
Kazakhstan. Sorry.
He's Mongolian. Orablai.
Okay. So you take an assumption there, I guess. Olablai gets a sub, quick Kimura. I say quick. It was 4 minutes in, but I like this dude.
Orablai's good. He looks like he is from the Ice Age, but can't hold that against him. This Masayev guy, he was a Ryzen champ. If you knew that. So that kind of shows you. I'm pretty sure he was champion. I don't want to speak out of line because I don't fucking watch Ryzen. But we're going to, just for the podcast, you know.
Grand Prix, lightweight Grand Prix champion.
There we go. He's a champion. So
And then
I'm
went
not
to
talking out my ass.
Bellator after, and we got him from Bellator.
Okay. No, he was in Ryzen after Bellator. He went to Bellator, back to Ryzen.
Oh. I was just reading this shit here.
Doesn't even matter. Dude's got like 28 fights and got subbed by old Mr. Orablai here, who's got, how many fights has Orablai got? 17 with a 1-0 contest. He's got 14, 2-1. Orablai can grapple his ass off. He's tough as fuck is the thing about Orablai. Like I said, he looks like he's from the Ice Age. And he's got that kind of Neanderthal toughness to him. You cannot fucking put this guy away. He gets hurt in about every fight he's in, but it just doesn't ever, affect him. He's kind of like a Justin Gaethje, if you will. Young Justin Gaethje. Where he just fucking zombies forward. But it was a good fight. What round submission was it? First round submission.
Didn't make it out of the first round.
Did not make it out of the first round. Orablai's a man. When's the last time he fought? Let me see real quick. Is that the one? Nope. Who was I thinking just made a turnaround? It was not Orablai either. We'll find him. We'll find who the fuck I was talking about. Move. Go ahead.
Fazeev. The dude that looks like fucking Ragnar.
Oh, I know Fiziev.
Yeah, lightweight. He kind of had a turnaround. He just fought fucking Justin Gaethje and lost.
Yeah, you're right. He fought. Yeah, they fought in March. So that was. Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking about. And which I mean, there's I think three people from Azerbaijan on here that was fighting. Fiziev was the first guy I had ever heard of from Azerbaijan. So he, in my opinion, and he gained a lot of momentum, gained a lot of popularity doing the Matrix shit from the kicks and just the powerful kicks and the way he strikes.
Yeah,
he's just
entertaining.
Entertaining man. I think he is the reason why they have a card in Azerbaijan. If he was ranked a little higher and fighting a ranked fighter, he probably would have been the main event. But I think they always try to put the highest ranked fighters at the main event.
I was looking at the last dude's card. The last dude we was talking about, the one from Ryzen. The last two Ryzen fights he done was in Azerbaijan. He's done 7 fights in Ryzen and Azerbaijan. So they have a pretty big. They have to have at least a decent calling if Ryzen's going there, yeah.
Which Ryzen is. What's funny is Ryzen really is just big, not in America. Like everywhere else, it's huge. It's probably bigger than the UFC and the fucking Asian market, but just here, it just has not connected for whatever reason. It's probably all the like Asian aspects that, for whatever reason, the American crowd just don't really connect with, or it sees goofy or something. But for whatever reason, we like the UFC to be very like corporate for whatever reason. Like NFL just fucking lets it's. You don't?
No.
I don't mind it. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't want it to be like pro wrestling or something.
Yeah, I like the professionalism of it. I like that part about it. I love, and I love like. I wish that there was like I love rivalries and stuff. But I wish there's a little bit more respect. Some people just don't show respect for their opponents, and I don't like that. But like, I don't know. I wish we would do more like not like little cards because the Apex sucks and that's the littlest card we got. But like, I don't know. I've said it before with the some of the people coming from. I think they're coming from Ryzen or coming from one, where they're. I think. It's crazy that we haven't had a Japanese champion.
Not that crazy.
I think it's crazy.
I don't even know any Japanese fighters.
That's the thing. It's because I believe they're all in Ryzen and one.
Maybe, yeah. I guess.
I think some of them
could be.
have a good chance.
I'm not going to say they're not going to be there.
They're making good money probably at Ryzen and fighting in their home country instead of having to fly to America or fucking Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, and they're probably more in like the striking they're probably like more like Muay Thai and kickboxing. Like their MMA scene probably isn't as big as it is like in the striking shit. So it's kind of like I don't know, like fucking India. There's a reason you ain't seen an Indian champion yet.
Yeah,
you know, obviously, but
I mean you're right.
Yeah, it just is what it is. They just don't. The MMA hasn't grew over there like like Russia and America and all that shit. But
well, it doesn't look like it's really grown in Russia. They only do fucking one thing in the UFC.
Well, it works.
I mean, God, dry hump your face.
As fucking much as you hate to see it, it fucking puts money in their pocket and it puts a win in a win column.
Oh, yeah, but at what point
gets to the point where you're like,
when is it MMA? You know, when they're just doing the same, like when they have fucking 17 fighters in every division doing the same exact thing.
And they don't care because you know why? Because they're fucking 18-0. They're fucking 25-0.
They don't give a fuck if they care or not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
You can't deny them a title shot, and then they get their hands on that belt, and you gotta fucking.
I'm not. It's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying, at what point do you not call it MMA when it's only one?
It's the beauty of MMA. It's like whatever style you got, it's all welcomed, and whatever works. And I hate that fucking works, but it works.
It's the like old mindset of like, what's the greatest martial arts? Come and find out. But it's like that's not what I like. I like mixed martial arts. I like all martial arts being one.
I think what it comes down to
Utilizing
is that
it.
they do study just one thing all day, but they are so like they live that shit, dude. The dudes in America aren't as committed as these Dagestani motherfuckers who don't have anything else to do, don't have fucking shit in their life going on. It's the only thing that they have that brings them any joy or gets them closer to being out of the situation they're in, and it's like they will fucking kill themselves to fucking win. Some of them, not all of them, obviously.
Because I have nothing against it. I have nothing
Weak
against
minds,
Sambo.
no, I'm with you. I mean,
nothing against the
nobody
champions
wants
themselves. It's just at what point is it no longer MMA when every champion in
always be
every
MMA.
division is dominated by one
but it
form
doesn't
of
always
fighting.
work. I mean, you get your outliers, and it works for the most parts, but there's always going to be holes in it, and that's why you don't see undefeated Dagestani champions in every division. It's, you don't even really have any of them now. You got Marab and Islam, and they're at least finishing fights and making entertainment shit. I mean, can you imagine if fucking Umar Nurmagomedov won that fucking belt, dude?
Yeah, and like I think Marab's on a whole different level. Marab does it better than any of them, and not even in like style or form, as in entertainment. He actually makes it look fun.
Yeah.
Whether like
And he's just an
Khabib
entertaining person.
was one of the
too.
greatest ones to ever do it, and I hate to say anything negative about Khabib because I do like Khabib. I still liked his fighting, but sometimes it was boring to watch. You knew when this fight started that he was going to take him to the ground and push his chest against his face and then win the fight. And it's like, at what point are you just not going to buy this card because you know it's going to happen? There was a... God, I wish I could remember it. This is the part where I pissed off at my brain. There was a professor that coined a term that had to do with boxing, where Mike Tyson, where people would, it was like something to do with not wanting to like, not want to commit to it, not just to pay-per-views, to boxing, because you would always know what was going to happen. It was so easy to determine what was going to happen, and when it didn't happen is when it was great. But when it always happened the same way, that's when it was boring.
Well, that's the thing with fights. It don't matter if it's Khabib, Tyson, Jon Jones. If you got to know when to stop, because you're not just going to be that guy every time. That's why people bet on it. That's why people still like want to watch, because eventually it's going to stop, and eventually it's not going to work. Eventually you're going to be Buster Douglas against Mike Tyson. Eventually, shit goes sideways and it just don't work anymore, and your body gives up and the sport passes you by. Your physicality goes. Eventually it's going to happen. That's why John never wanted to fight Tom, which we'll get to that here in a little bit too. But
we need to breeze through these so we can get to...
we got some current events we want to hit too.
We got three more fights to talk about, so let's just get those over with.
Okay, yeah. Razor Blades, Kuniev. What I will say is Kuniev making his debut against ranked number 5, Curtis Blades, which right there should have told you that they have high expectations about this guy, or I think Blades just wants to fight. That was the two cards, but I think it was more the first of, they kind of knew who Kuniev, which he came off the Contender Series, I believe, so it's not like he's got like a big resume, but
I think
when you see this...
He's out of a... he's from something. I'm looking it up right now.
Here, I'll look too. He's out of Dagestan, if you want to get fucking...
He's got some wins in Eagle FC.
Eagle and PFL. He's got a no contest with Renan Ferreira, which if you don't remember Renan Ferreira, it's that big, tall motherfucker Francis fought and knocked out.
This is his MMA record, though. I think
true.
He's from. I think he's from. Like, I think he is a wrestler of some kind. Well, of course, but I think he is like.
He may be a striker. He might be a wrestler, but either way, his striking looked fucking great. He was tagging Curtis Blades hard. Curtis ain't bad on the hands, but he's known for his wrestling. Couldn't take Kuniev down. Now, I will say a lot of that came from, here we go again with the motherfucking fence grabs, but it was the motherfucking fence grabs that caused a lot of takedowns from Curtis Blades. But Kuniev, big fucking thick dude again, these big Russian dudes.
No, he held the belt in Khabib's organization.
Okay, so
He was the heavyweight champion of Eagle FC.
I don't know how far that travels, but it obviously gets you a top 10 opponent on your debut, so that's cool. Did good, did not win the fight. Could have won the fight. I don't know. Like, they tagged each other a lot. Curtis just kind of pressed the pace a little bit more. He kind of tagged Curtis, and Curtis would kind of retaliate, and when he did, he would be successful. But Kuniev looked good, dude. He's definitely a new contender in the heavyweight division. So
Which
I mean,
we need.
we need fucking desperately. So looked good against Curtis Blades. I can see him beating some top guys. I could see him beating maybe like an Almeida or beating like a Derek Lewis. But we'll find out. He's got some losses in it, like he's without his weaknesses, but he looked good. Very impressive for a debut against a top 10 opponent. So we'll leave it at that. Move on to the co-main event. Rafael Vaziv, Inicio Bahamundes. If you don't know Bahamundes, he is tied for the tallest active lightweight. Vaziv, one of the shortest active lightweights, so it was going to be a weird kind of test on if Bahamundes was going to use his length like he should. Normally he does not. Normally he presses a pace forward when most long guys like to move backwards, but he presses forward. Not a great idea against Rafael Vaziv, so he kind of just got outworked by Vaziv, and took the decision, lost every round, I believe. Yeah, lost every fucking round. So, you got anything to add to that one? Looked good, but lost.
Yeah, I just have slow, not really much happening in the first round, but they're filling each other out. Some back and forth in the second round. Third round, Vaziv ends up on top. Vaziv wins by decision. That's all I got.
Yep. Vaziv did one of his cool lean back kicks to dodge a head
the Matrix
kick.
moves, yeah.
Did the Matrix kick, so.
For me to have the little notes I do and have slow in every single round, it was a very entertaining fight because it's just how it went and how they moved and everything.
Yeah. I don't really think anybody was in super danger. I think, you said Bahamundes maybe got knocked down. Vaziv working the legs.
I think he just had...
He ended up on the ground somehow, like you said, but...
I don't know if he took him down or what.
Ate a lot of leg kicks, so I would say his legs were getting weak. Bahamundes got...
He's
talented.
0 knockdowns, 4 takedowns from Vaziv.
Okay, so... Obviously, Vaziv was feeling some pressure on the feet from Bahamundes if you're getting took down by Rafael Vaziv, one of the fucking best strikers in the lightweight division. So we'll see Bahamundes more. But we'll move on from that. Go to Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree Jr.
As we get into this, the only thing I have to really say about this fight, I got barely any notes on it, is just like the people in the arena, I tuned out.
Like I said, Vaziv was probably the reason they had a card in Azerbaijan. And after his fight was done, people were
half the arena left,
flowing out of the fucking over half.
It was 2 a.m. there.
2 a.m.
So
there.
I kind of get it, but still, like a main event, he's gone. They didn't even fucking watch it. I barely watched it though. I was for it to be like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I wanted to go to sleep. Like, after struggling through that fight, I had to go outside and do stuff to wake up.
That's why they call him Sweet Dreams Jamal Hill. No, so what I'll say about this fight, 2 big, hard-hitting dudes, was kind of sniping each other, was a lot of moving around, a lot of filling each other out. Jamal had some success, but what really led down to it is Jamal has bad fucking knees and Khalil Roundtree has fucking crazy leg kicks. So you just seen a lot of that. Kicked him so hard he about fell. But Jamal, what's funny is he started with the leg kicks and he might have hurt his own fucking leg doing that. But he was throwing more leg kicks than Khalil in the first little bit of the fight. But Khalil turned it around, kept him at bay. I don't know, not too crazy of a fucking fight. Khalil Roundabout won every round, I would imagine. Let's look at the scorecard on that. But I would have to assume.
Only one judge gave Hill a round, and it was round 5, which was crazy because I thought that was one of the best rounds
For
that Roundtree had. Yeah, well, I mean third. Roundtree got 2 knockdowns in third, but that's
so
not,
yeah.
I have that
he's
written,
getting,
but that's not even in the. It's only 1 knockdown counted, so maybe one of them was a slip.
yeah, he got 50-45 on 2 fucking cards, which is not good.
Yeah. My favorite thing, though, to come out of this whole card is fucking Hill's face. The memes about it is so goddamn funny.
Oh yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah. It's like, what are you surprised about?
Should have did more work. Jamal Hill, great fighter. I don't think he'll ever make it back to a title contention spot. To be honest,
I'll say a little bit about Jamal Hill here. If you've listened to the past podcasts, I got out of MMA a little bit. I stopped watching UFC for a little bit, and I started to get back into it before we started the podcast. A little bit, probably about a year before we started the podcast. So I've been back into it for a little bit. When I was getting back in it, Jamal Hill was already he didn't have his belt, or like he just got it taken away. Because didn't he get hurt? So he like won the belt from Teixeira.
Yeah.
And then didn't fight, and then got his belt taken away.
No, he. I'll say this about Jamal Hill: was a man and gave it up. He gave it up so Yuri and Alex could fight for it. They were going to fight for an interim title. Jamal Hill, I think he tore his Achilles tendon playing basketball with Daniel Cormier on one of those dumbass after event shows or some shit. But yeah, fucked his leg up playing basketball. But was a man, gave up the title. Let Alex and Yuri fight for the undisputed, which was cool, and came back, fought Alex for it, and we all know how that ended. So, like I said, he's got a long way back. He's getting a little older. His body's getting a little beat the fuck up. He's a little slow for the division.
Exactly right. 2023, Hill announces via his YouTube page that he ruptured his Achilles tendons playing Cormier in a basketball game during International Fight Week.
Good fucking job, DC.
But so like
that's like Tony tripping over the fucking cable.
But just all I was saying though was like, I had no idea who Hill was. I just knew that he was light heavyweight champion. How he won the belt, which Teixeira is no bitch. So I was like, okay, beat Teixeira. I mean, Teixeira is older.
He was like 40, so yeah. But I mean, still, he won
the belt at that age to fucking lose it. So like, I was like, okay. And then like I have nothing against Hill. It's just ever since then I've just seen him face plant.
Yeah,
like
he's had a rough run.
What the kids nowadays say, his aura is just terrible. He acts like he's the greatest fighter alive, and he's not done anything since I've started watching him.
Yeah, he's a real like no nonsense, hard guy. Don't fuck with me type guy. He was. Here's some things. Jamal Hill was the first champion from Dana White Contender Series. And Sean O'Malley followed him after that, but he was the first off Contender Series to win a belt. He, he showed a lot of promise, but like I said, he's just getting older. I won't say mean, but he's a little fucking out of shape. Like he probably could be a middleweight if he fucking whip into shape a little bit. But I mean, like I said, it's kind of like he's getting towards the. But he's light heavyweights, dude. You can be a fucking dinosaur as a fucking light heavyweight. Dude, and be all right. So
his
40-year-olds winning the belt twice.
Yes, his stance when he is like walking forward, he looks like fucking Roger from American Dad with that gut. It gets me every single time I see it, dude.
He's got a bent-in back. He does like a fucking sticking his ass out like Roger. Yeah, I don't know how you take that as a man to hear that.
I mean, ain't nothing against it. I got a gut too. It's just he stands
kind of
there like a fucking.
It's kind of like he's trying to fight like a cobra, if you will. Like his hands are kind of low, and he's kind of like moving the top half of his body. He tries to use head movement. He hits hard as fuck, dude. He's got hands. It's just like I said, he's a little slow. I don't know.
I'm looking at his fights here, and
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He
his
might have
first-
not. He may not even deserve to fight. Who did he fight before Glover? I don't want to say not deserved, but
Well,
I feel like he kinda got
those
lucky
two
there.
those two fights, Glover and the one before it, is the ones that I'm like, okay. He fought Thiago Santos and won
Thiago
by
Santos.
knockout.
But after Jon Jones, Thiago Santos has
Yeah.
never been the same. After
But
Jon
so,
Jones,
like-
Thiago Santos has not won a fight since
let's,
that in two organizations.
Let's go over like his record for a little bit.
Go ahead.
He debuted against a guy named Darko Satistok. Don't know who that is. It was a fight night.
Don't
He
know.
won by decision.
Okay.
He fought a guy named Kidson Abura,
Don't know.
and he
Don't know.
won by technical knockout, but it was overturned because he tested positive for weed.
We'll let that go. He won by
Yeah.
knockout.
And then this is the first name he fought. His third fight was OSP.
I remember
in
that.
2020.
Okay.
And he. Okay, OSP missed weight by 1 pound.
How did it end
Knockout in a second.
for Jamal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the first name. It's an OSP at 2020, which I'm an OSP fan. He's from around where we're at. So like,
OSP.
I hate to say anything negative to him, but he was in 2020. He was kind
Past
of
his prime.
on the end
Past his
there.
prime.
So he wins against a past his prime OSP. Then he fights Paul Craig, which he
Gets
lost.
his arm broken. Got his arm broken in a submission.
First round, yep. So he lost to Paul Craig. Then he knocks out Johnny Walker.
Which at the time was probably a big fucking deal.
Well, it was that he's the one that stopped Johnny Walker's hype train.
Are you sure? Sure it wasn't Corey Anderson? Because I remember Corey Anderson knocking Johnny Walker's fucking block off.
Maybe, I don't know. This is
But
what
yeah, this
I
is
remember
on the
last night them
downhill.
saying that he was the one that like stopped Johnny Walker, but they could have just been made like he stopped him because he knocked him out in the first round. So Johnny Walker, which is okay, two guys both coming up. Johnny Walker. Then he wins against Thiago Santos, and then he wins the belt. So like, you know what I mean? Like his
Yeah, I won't say
he
it wasn't
lost
deserved.
to Paul Craig, won against OSP and Johnny Walker.
and then
like,
Thiago.
The only two good names is Thiago and Teixeira. And like you said, and what's fucked up is I didn't even think about it until you said it. Every single one has an asterisk to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Diego Santos, after losing to Jon Jones, after Jon
Had
Jones
no knees.
retired him with his knees. Yeah.
Fought him with no knees.
A 45-year-old fucking Teixeira.
Yeah, motherfucking AARP card carrying
Lost to
motherfucker.
Paul Craig, which I hate to say, it sounds like I'm talking
Paul
negative,
Craig,
but
he'll get you.
I like Paul Craig.
He'll
but-
get you.
And then won against OSP. Like, this ain't like a fucking insane record.
It's not gonna blow your hair back. Yeah, man. I don't want to sit here and dog him, but like we're saying, it was like he's kind of had a weird run, and he's got really lucky, and it's
And
almost
now-
like his luck is kind of running out.
Yeah,
and
well, now that he's fighting actual like top ranked people
contenders
in
yeah.
his fucking age gap, he's losing. I mean, he lost to somebody not even in the fucking division.
Who?
Alex Pereira.
Oh yeah. But that's there. I mean, come on, that's fucking Alex Pereira.
I yeah, nothing against him, but still, like, Alex Pereira
Yeah.
come up, beat him, to beat Yuri, and then, or I don't know how, I think it was that order, right? No, beat Yuri, then beat Pereira. Or fuck, Hill.
Hill.
Sorry.
Yeah. But honestly, that Pereira win kind of sits weird with me too, because that's where he got kicked in the nuts, and then didn't really let Jamal reset. I think Jamal was ready to take a break when he
No, he
hit him.
I know, I'm pretty sure he's the one that's like.
But here's the thing. He didn't
Alex
let him
Pereira
reset.
got kicked in the nuts, and
Yes,
then he was
yeah.
like, "I'm good." But that should
Yeah.
that should be your call, though. I think.
Yeah, but he didn't let Jamal, like, he had him backed up against the cage, didn't let him reset, and then he stepped on his foot and cut, and then fucking just hooked his ass, which is what it is. I don't know. It's all legal. I mean, it's all legal moves, but it was just a weird kind of like.
It was
damn,
weird.
Alex.
Another asterisk.
Kind of like
This time it
surprised him.
lost.
It looked like he just but I don't know. Jamal Hill, dude. Like I don't want to. Yeah, like I said, you could be a dinosaur in the fucking light heavyweight division. So you can win that belt at 45. Technically, still got 10 years in the light heavyweight division. So you might could turn shit around as long as you get them knees a little better. Maybe use some grappling, dude. I've heard he's never really grapples, but I've heard he's got great jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's kind of a big dude. I mean, he was way taller than fucking Khalil
brown
Roundtree. So, yeah, I mean, dude, grapple a little bit. Don't let motherfuckers kick you in your bad knees. And just keep your fucking head up most of all, bud. Because we've had a hard run here lately, and I don't think that's going to be the end of you. So he just needs to get back in the win column, and I think he will. But whether he makes it back to that gold, I don't know. Because I'd say it's about to be a fucking battle for that belt in light heavyweight. Because, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, not a lot, but there's, a little bit of a log jam up there, if you will. We'll move on. Let's see. We'll wrap this up with a couple.
They say you got some points that you want to talk about.
Yeah, we've ran a little long, but we'll just I got some current events we'll hit real quick. So with the new TV deal, we got Dana White's Contender Series is going to be doubling down. I don't know if it's probably going to be 2 seasons. They only do it for like a quarter of the year, but when the new TV rights deal hits, they're going to be doubling down is what Dana White says.
Yeah, so there'd be double of it. So I
So
don't know if that
I think
means-
that's where I'm going with this, right?
What?
Probably gonna get rid of the Ultimate Fighter. It's probably costing him
Okay.
way too much money to do this shit, and it's getting down to where the coaches ain't even fighting each other
I
anymore.
haven't watched an Ultimate Fighter in fucking forever, dude.
It's been about 3 years since
And I've
watched
watched
one.
almost every Contender Series since I've heard it. That's coming from me. I'm the casual.
Contender Series is awesome. Hope they do more of it because it is more entertaining than the Ultimate Fighter. So just want to break that news here if you haven't heard that. We'll move on to the next one. Ali Abdelaziz is hinting at a Zabit Magomed Sharipov return.
I've heard that.
Be cool.
Cool.
He was a big
I liked him.
He was good. He was getting old. I mean, hell, he was like 30 when he disappeared, so I don't know how much longer he's got to fight or how much he's got left in the tank or how much more athletic, less athletic than he is, because he was a freak
34.
of nature. See, yeah, he's probably past his prime in a fucking featherweight. I mean, but we'll see how it goes. He may move up to lightweight. He was a big guy. Zabit was really flashy, and you saw a lot of cool shit, and he was awesome to watch, but it never really was effective, if that makes any sense. He never had, like, all his, like, highlights, like the running off the cage and kicking. He missed that kick, like the spinning back kick to the stomach, and then he's got that, like, collar trip he'll do to people. He doesn't really finish a lot of fights, so, I mean, all that flashy shit he did was always cool, and it was in his highlight reels, but they're never finishes. So, I mean, I don't know how you justify that. I don't think he'd ever be the champion of the fucking UFC, to be honest. Like I said, he's kind of too close to the end of his run, and his style just probably wouldn't allow for it. But it would be cool to see him come back. Probably, a couple fights in the featherweight division. That'd be fun. Him and Yair Rodriguez, we never got to see that. We always wanted to see that. That's always still on the table. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. It'd be a good one. Give him a little, step in, let him dip his toes in with, maybe an unknown game, and then come in, and then maybe second fight if he wins his first one dominantly to Yair.
Well, I think Yair's on a 2-fight losing streak anyway, isn't he? So, I mean, that'd be a good fight for him. Just see if Yair get back in the win column. Fight somebody he ain't fought in fucking 5-6 years. Anyway, I got two more. One little one, one big one. This week's PFL had two UFC veterans, Kevin Lee and Jake Hadley. Both got motherfucking dealt with bad. Kevin Lee knocked out in the first round. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did not. I have not seen anything about the PFL.
Yeah, I bet hard on the guy he was fighting. Sorry, Kevin. And, yeah, he just got fucking hit hard a couple times. Kevin Lee, man, it might be time to just hang it up because it's almost getting hard to watch him get fucked up, you know. Like when he gets... you remember when Edson Barboza kicked him and he did like that little dance?
Yeah.
He looked like a deer and they like fucking made memes of him dancing and shit. He did that twice in that fight at the PFL. That dude had him rocked twice. God. And then he face planted. I mean, he literally like got backed up against the cage, got punched, got like he sat down on his ass and then fell forward on his face kind of. So, I mean, it was pretty embarrassing, I'd have to imagine, if you were Kevin Lee. Like I said. And then Jake Hadley, he's a UFC vet. He made big waves here and there, had a couple losses, but he got 30-26. So when you're seeing these guys, that's another argument for like, is UFC top of the tier, or are they, you know, were these guys ever UFC caliber even? Who knows? But that not a good look when your people are all, you know, UFC's top of the heap, the best of the best, you know. Still can lose. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I
here,
mean,
but
these were like 10 years ago.
yeah, Kevin Lee at least. Jake Hadley just fought in the UFC probably last year, if not this year. And then the big announcement this week coming from Dana White himself. It is official. Jon Jones has fucking retired. Tom Aspinall, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, can finally move on with our lives. Jon Jones can finally go do whatever the fuck it is Jon Jones does. Apparently, I don't want to spread the gossip, but it's what we do on this show. He has like a charge against him or something that
I read about
anyway.
this too, but God, if you like listen to like the shit coming out about it, it sounds so fishy.
Does it? I mean, it's Jon Jones, dude. I would believe it.
Okay, so they pulled up to a crash car with a half-naked woman in the passenger seat, drunk out of her mind. She says Jon Jones was the driver. And they apparently called Jon Jones, and he threatens to beat him up. She apparently calls Jon Jones, and he threatens to beat up the cops.
It's not what an innocent person would do, necessarily.
I'm just saying, it just sounds
I'm not a cop
weird.
or was there. It sounds like some shit he's definitely done before. Are you going to say Jon Jones would not wreck a car and leave the scene?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, it's like with the fucking Paul Craig fight that just happened. Where, like, you know, like, an up kick just happened. So the dude fakes it, gets up kicked, and then fakes fucking being knocked out. It's like these people in Albuquerque know Jon Jones, know he's a terrible fucking person. I don't know. I just find it's so weird to me. It's just a weird fucking, like, this girl didn't just fucking crash her car and then jump in a passenger seat and go, Jon Jones.
Could have.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just weird. It's hard for me to believe women nowadays.
Sometimes.
But I don't believe anything Jon Jones says either. I mean,
let's say on the other end of that.
I'm not trying to advocate for Jon Jones here in any way, shape, or form.
Jon Jones is the real life Hancock.
I'm just saying, yeah, that's a good one. But I'm just
he
saying,
just doesn't care.
The shit released about it just sounds so fucking weird and like.
Yeah, I don't know.
She just has Jon Jones' number, and then he answers after wrecking a car with her in it, and then he threatens to beat the shit out of cops. So, but he threatened violence against the police force.
God, I mean, I don't know, bro. He could be hammered, and he does all kinds of shit.
What about
he punched out a cop window one time, didn't he? Or he punched out his own window, or headbutted his window. Remember that time he got pulled over and he fucking... He didn't really get violent.
I remember the last thing I remember was when they come and like drug test him, and then the dude was being an asshole to him, and Jon Jones like cussed him out, and then the dude was like, he fucking did something. He said he like beat him up or did something. But then like Jon Jones had to like release like home video, like his like home like his security cameras of the dude like walking out fine and like all this shit. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where like the dude was like basically he just said some shit and it turned out to be fake.
Yeah. Which
Because
does
Jon
happen,
Jones had,
I mean.
yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. It's just like I'm just saying like when it's somebody like that, like I find it easy to blame it on them. You know. He said you just don't know if this bitch just didn't crash her car. Well, my thing with everything is just wait for more information because the information we have now sounds so fucking weird. It just sounds so weird. But I mean, I could 100% believe it too. I get some like video of like Jon Jones, like some fucking traffic cam footage of Jon Jones like fucking creeping through the night like a skinwalker. That's like, yeah, okay, I'm about to dispute it. It's just the evidence we have now sounds so weird.
Well, it's
And,
that
like,
classic case of the boy
Okay.
who cried steroids. Because
And
when
why-
there's smoke, there's fire. And you can't. And that's what I say. Jon Jones has been accused of this shit so many times. And it's been true so
Yeah.
many times that it's almost like, yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know, Conor McGregor punching another fucking guy in a nightclub.
But it's also like Conor McGregor raping some bitch, and then she in the trial say that it was consensual. It's just he put her in a headlock and she fed for her life for 5 seconds, and then wins a bunch of money from him.
I don't think she won any money. I
I thought she did. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think that went to his. Let's look that up real quick before we spit. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
they
it's just-
will just.
And then this girl that crashed her car, just like, here's Jon Jones, and she just calls her friends, and he fucking threatens to beat the shit out of them or something. I don't know. It's just.
You know, when it comes to, it's almost like Jon Jones and Conor McGregor are the same fucking type of person, huh?
Oh, you're acting like someone that fucking gets a bunch of money that's never had it
She did win
before?
her civil case. It says,
Yeah, because
won
the
her civil rape
judges-
case against MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Started out
Pay
with a
her
fun night on
fucking
Christmas work party.
$300,000.
Ended 6 years later in a high Dublin court. Yeah. We all know the story. We won't dive too much into this, but again, this is something I believe, though. I mean, again, she said it. He did it. They couldn't prove he didn't. They have videos of,
Have him in
again,
the,
her rocking around with him. So, I mean, like,
I'm pretty sure in the case she says that it was consensual at first. It was just halfway through it. He put her in a headlock and then she feared for her life and thought about her children.
I'm not going to say it's her fault.
I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying like it's just.
I think I'm saying it's her fault. I think I'm going to go back on that. All right, this took a weird turn. Kids, if you're out there, don't do drugs and drive with women and do weird
don't
things
get drunk
with
and
them.
yeah.
Don't
get
get
drunk and
drunk.
punch
Just
people.
Don't get drunk with strangers and do weird shit because, especially if you're famous, because it will come out and you will have to relinquish your title and run from Tom Aspinall, which maybe he did that just to have a good excuse to run from him. Same thing with Conor McGregor, dude. You know, I think he's just scared of Michael Chandler and he's just showing his ass. Hot take. Anyway, we'll wrap this son of a bitch up. We've went overtime. We got a little heated there at the end. I love it. We'll get back to normal MMA bullshit. You know, we'll do that next week. We'll get back at that. I like the current events. We'll probably try to start throwing them in at the end. Give us a breakup of just literally dissecting this card and giving you our boring take on it. But if you've listened to this point into the show, God bless you. It's a miracle. We do appreciate you. I've been Nick. That's Luke. We're the Picogram Podcast, and we are out.